Amesy here of Amesy's Antics. Welcome to my channel. I hope you're well today because I have another crafty project to share with you, and in this week's video I'm showing you how to make DIY epoxy resin coasters, perfect for adding to your home decor or giving away as gifts. So yes, if you would like to see how to make your own coasters with some resin, then let's get crafting. To make the resin coasters, you are going to need the following items. So a two-part resin, which is a resin and a hardener to make it all sit together nicely. And then you're going to need some coaster molds. Mine are silicone and are geode shaped. You also need some colorants, and there's lots of different types of colorants that you can use with resin. And not forgetting some measuring cups and jugs to measure all the resin in and stir it in. Mine are silicone, which are the best ones to use, as well as some stirring sticks like lollipop sticks. You'll also need some rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, as well as safety equipment including gloves, goggles and a respirator mask. And I'll link everything down below for you. Firstly, we need to start by preparing the mould. So I'm just spraying these with rubbing alcohol, and this will help with some of those air bubbles that can form in the resin. And then it's time to measure out the first part of the resin. Now my resin kit is 1:1 ratio, which means you have the exact same measurements in resin as you do in hardener, but all resin kits are slightly different, so make sure you follow the instructions on your resin kit if you are following this tutorial. And for these 4 moulds, I think it does slightly go over into a 5th mould, but not completely a 5th mould. I am doing roughly, I think it was 245 millilitres of resin and 245 millilitres of hardener, which will then build up into one in a bigger measuring cup. So here I'm doing the hardener, and then once this is measured out, I'm going to combine them together, and they should sit half and half within that larger cup. First pour the resin part into the larger measuring cup, and then follow this by pouring in the hardener. Once they are both added to the cup, it is time to mix them, and we want to do this for about 3 minutes. So take a large mixing stick or a very large lollipop stick like I am doing, and you want to gently mix the two together, making sure to scrape along the sides and the bottom, bringing up that resin from the bottom so that it mixes well with the hardener. And as you can see, it does start turning a little bit more opaque, I would say, and you can see it fully mixing. Now be careful when you're mixing, because this can create air bubbles, so if you notice any, you want to try and pop them, but we can sort out the air bubbles once it is in the mould as well. After the resin and hardener are mixed together, it's time to split them into semi-equal parts, and then leaving a little bit of the resin in another cup, and we're going to leave this one without any colourant. This one is going to remain clear, and then in the other two we're going to add a little bit of colour. So the first colour I'm using is this blue one, and it is a resin colour that I bought online, and I didn't realise at the time, but this is quite a translucent colour once it is mixed in, so it won't go opaque and you can see through the blue, but it is a lovely shade of blue. And then I'm just using a bit of a pigmented colour here, and this is from my previous resin project and makes the resin a lovely opaque white. I'm really going for that blue and white look. Think of the evil eye and holidays in Greece. That's what I was going for with this one. So I'm just mixing this in and then adding a little bit of shimmer with a powder pigment, I believe it is called, and this will just give a little bit of shine to the opaqueness of the white. Just mixing it all in until it is all fully combined together. And then it's time to start experimenting with patterns and placement of the colours in the mould. So for this one, I was attempting to do a bit of that evil eye with the colours and how they are. However, as you can see, the blue does flood over the white, so I don't know whether I needed to leave the white to harden a little bit and then pour the blue over. But I know once the resin is mixed, you do have a bit of a time limit to get a nice pour on it. So I am just going for it here and winging it by mixing some of that blue and white together and then just trying to create different effects. And as the resin does settle, it does change how the patterns go. So yes, it's good to experiment, and it's not too bad for a first time. So some of these are looking a little bit more cloud-like, and others are looking, I don't know. I like how it's turning out, so I'm just experimenting with how it is. And then if there's not enough resin from the colours that I've chosen, I'm just topping this up with a final layer of clear resin just to bring it up to the top of them moulds. And what you want to do is fill the mould as much as you can without overfilling them, because if you do it slightly under, the resin does shrink a little bit anyway, and you may get a bit of a lip on the resin once it's hardened, which is what I found happened with mine. But yeah, just keep experimenting, placing in that resin. All that's left to do is then spray the resin with some rubbing alcohol to remove any of those air bubbles. You can also use a heat gun to pop any of the bubbles as well. Mine did still have some air bubbles in once they had hardened, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Then all that's left to do is let these cure for 24 to 48 hours. I believe I left mine for about 48 hours because after 24 hours they were still a little bit bendy, so I left them a little bit longer. Once the resin has cured and hardened, they can then be removed from the moulds, and because these are silicone moulds, they are really easy to remove. So first I am just checking that they are hard enough and are not too bendy. Sometimes they still have a little bit of a bend, so you need to keep them on a flat surface. But as you can see, they come out really cleanly. The only thing we have is a little bit of rough edges around that edge where it has shrunk away from the edge of the mould. But that's not a problem because they can either be broken off by hand if it is thin enough, or you can use some sandpaper just to rub it down so that it's not as sharp and hard around those edges. So remove everything from the mould, and then we're going to grab some sandpaper just to smooth it out. So I am using a fine grit sandpaper here, it's a P150, however I think a finer one would have been much better because this one has left a few scratch marks on the top sides of the coasters. I wanted to just remove the lip and sharp edges, however it has scratched, and you take the risk with sanding of scratching and dulling the shine to the resin. However, because this is just on the edge, it's not as noticeable, and I do clean them up a little bit later. So yeah, just sand away any of those rough edges, and then the coasters are nearly complete. I also forgot to say, if you are sanding, then you should wear your mask, gloves and goggles, just because the dust from the resin can be quite toxic. And then just to finish off the coasters, I am just giving them a good clean, getting all that dust off with some rubbing alcohol. And once this has been done, the resin coasters are ready to be displayed and used. How to make your own DIY epoxy resin coasters from scratch and with whatever colours and design that you fancy. I really like how these have turned out, and although how the resin sort of mixed a little bit didn't quite go as I was envisioning it to go, I still really like the effects of it. And I guess that just shows my newbiness to resin and maybe needing to hone in on them skills and practice them a little bit more, but I really do like how these have turned out and the vibrancy of that blue and white together. So let me know what you think in the comments below of these designs and whether you would do them different. I would love to know your thoughts, so put them in the comments. And one thing I just want to make a note of when working with resin, I don't know if I iterated it or reiterated, whatever the word is, enough in the actual video, is you need to make sure that you are wearing your safety equipment throughout all of the process of working with the resin. So that includes having your gloves on, making sure your arms aren't bare, making sure that you have the respirator mask and goggles on, just to protect yourself from the toxic fumes that can come from the resin. Now, a lot of resin kits say that it isn't toxic resin, but you never know, so why take that risk? Make sure you have your respirator mask on especially, but as well all the other safety equipment. You don't want to harm yourself in doing something fun and crafty. And with that said, I probably wouldn't advise this craft to be done with children just because of them toxic fumes. So yeah, that's just a food for thought when deciding if you're going to have a go at this crafty project. But yes, let me know what you think in them comments below, and whether you're going to have a go at making your own coasters, because they do turn out so good. And if you enjoyed the video, then please do give it a big thumbs up, and why not hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed, to keep up with more of my creative and crafty antics coming up onto the blog. I think in the next few videos I'm going to be doing a few more sewing projects, so if you are into that, then be sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell as well, so it alerts you each time the new videos go live. I also have a blog, Ames's Antics, which is linked down below and up above for you to check out as well, because sometimes there's just a little bit more information over on the blog than there are in the videos. And with that said, I will see you in the next video, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and week and are able to do something creative and crafty to pass your time, like, you never know, make your own resin coasters like I did. And until the next one, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!